in for Craig Melvin here at MSNBC headquarters in New York. State of play, breaking news, House Speaker, voice of the people. While Washington is gridlocked, voters from across the country are at the border. The fight over the wall has shut down the government, but U.S. law enforcement has shut down Trump's argument of the wall's 100% effectiveness. We've got a new and telling look at yet more underground tunnels that show what a wall cannot accomplish. But we start with a power move from House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, sure to provoke the president's itchy Twitter finger. President Trump's State of the Union may be delayed because of the shutdown. In a new letter to the president here.
I mean, it did.
To that point, Ben, what better way to make the president, Democrats an opportunity for the president to look bad? What's he going to say? That iconic line, the state of shut down, non-function, for him to give that speech and that line without making it be bad?
Well, I don't think his speech is
astonishing.
Exactly.
He moved virtually no more of these federal workers who were furloughed and whose jobs were not considered essential, who now apparently are considered essential. Those people include mostly 46,000 of them. And Willie Geist was saying this morning, Ben, on Morning Joe, about he knows some folks who work at a local food. The wall, he hung his hat on being a businessman who would make the economy stronger,
100%.
Return jobs. Ben White, Elise Jordan, and now U.S. servicemen on a routine patrol are among those killed in an apparent suicide bombing. ISIS has claimed responsibility. We want to warn you, we have some video of the actual explosion. There's an intriguing new clue in the Mueller investigation, even as the second round of hearings on William Barr's nomination. A source tells NBC News that Cohen plans to describe his former. So here's one simple fact that summarizes how deeply divided we are as a country. The number of Americans who don't want their children to marry someone from the other party has skyrocketed. Chances are you've been there, frayed friendships, uncomfortable, even bitter family feuds. But there are now about 170 different organizations across the country designed to help people learn how to reduce the political polarization. So let's bring in New York Times columnist Michelle Goldberg, Adrian Elrod. Exercises they did is, what are the misconceptions on of truth? And they all sort of opted to what some of the problems were on their own side. Will Congress ever, Michelle, behave like those folks?
I don't think that this is about why can't of a unhinged far
that they can't really get out of this hole.
We don't think the Republicans don't think their numbers are bad enough already.
They're bad. They're bad.
The racist overtones in their party. They weren't supposed to talk up, and some of the and how that paints Steve King. He's made controversial remarks for 16 years. Now he says to the New York Times, person. So where does this leave us?
I mean, I think it's outright tolerance of race.
So, again, I think maybe it's hard to make that turn. We're going to have a number of women, right?
Yes, can't wait.
Who are going to be running for president, all looks like, obviously, on the Democratic side. I don't see anybody challenging the president. When Kirsten Gillibrand got in last night on Stephen Colbert, she said, look, I'm a mom. I want to make, the world a better place for kids. And the Washington Post sort of put it that she wants to harness the power of women. And I'm interested from both of you really quickly how you think that could work. If you're trying to be Democrats, is that the way to go? And thanks to both of you. Appreciate it. Michael Cohen set to tell Congress what he knows in just a new questions being raised today about the highly anticipated congressional testimony of former Trump lawyer and fixer Michael Cohen. That's just one of the stories we want to talk about with our President Trump out promoting the effectiveness of a border wall, claiming in a new tweet this morning, quote, there are now 77 but Mexican authorities announced in the last month alone they've discovered 3 tunnels under the existing wall along our southern border. And that's going to wrap up this hour of MSNBC Live. Andrea Mitchell reports starts right now.